Hello everyone, welcome back, and in this episode we are going to create the remaining interfaces that are left out, and also we're going to check out the different types of routing stuff in front end. Okay, so before we get into that, so in the last episode we just created our login interface here. So yeah, just ignore it's not so good, but I just tried my best. Okay, so now what I just forgot is like, what if the user uses a different case, like user types in sign up. So that's a case, right? So I just want to put it to here. So you could say it's a sign in. Okay, so that's a case, and even without the forward slash there could be a route. So I just gonna put that here. So whatever the case is, it's gonna be like this thing. So now whatever the user types, it's gonna directly take him to this one. So log in here. So this is how programming works, guys. Okay, so now the switch case starts starting checking here. If this matches, it all goes all the way to here to execute this, like just executes all this. So whatever matches, it's gonna execute the same code. So since there is no break statement for these cases, okay, I'll show you. So let's refresh and click on sign up, sign in. Yeah, so if you click sign in, you could see the same page that we seen earlier. Okay, so that's how it works. So now let's create another interface for registration. Okay, the user can register, so you need an interface to register. So I'll just rename to register. So I'm just using the old login code. So only thing we need to change is add another field. So for the old one, like if you see my API, so the registration contains only three fields actually. So one is username, password, and finally the email. So the login contains the same, but whereas we takes the username, so we need to add one more field which is called email. So I'll just change type to text here, and this one to email. Okay, and this is the register. Okay, and in the script.js I need to say this to, so it's small, register. Okay, and we need to add one more here which is email form of email dot value. Okay, did I just mention the same email? Yeah, that's good. So now it's gonna take the email and pass it to the registration API. So now we are not validating anything, so maybe that's gonna throw an error. So let's see. Yeah, so okay, we need to put the routes. So as like this thing, we need to put the same routes. I'm just gonna copy this from here and place this there. Okay, the first one is register. Okay, the second one is sign up, and the same as the sign up. So it should go the register route. So now in the component it's gonna load the register, so we just named it as, and now it's gonna load the index.php. If we go back, refresh, and change the route to register, and you could see, yeah, there we go. So now it's a register, so you could type blah blah stuff. So now we need some kind of a labels for that. We forgot to put them. I'll just put username here, and a password here, and an email here. Okay, email, password, yep, columns I just forgot. That's gonna be better if you just put them. Yeah, so you could see all those things are string. So if you drag on them, I could have anything, and I could scroll back. I know the sizes are too big for, so just zoom out, it will be a little better. Yeah, this is a good form, right? I'm not good at styling, so I just tried my best to do that. Okay, so just ignore the styling stuff. Okay, so now if you type something like I just want to register, so let me check my database before we do that. If you go to database, yeah, so we just got admin1. Okay, here I haven't got admin8, so let me type, this time it's admin8. So and the password is just a simple password, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and email is, I'm gonna type, okay, it's admin8 at the, okay, it at the rate something like sas.am. Okay, I don't know what I just typed. So provided password is username is incorrect, so it throws an username error here. Oops, we just made a mistake here, so we haven't changed this one here, so it's causing the error. We need to paste with the register, so we have to make sure that we change them. And here I'll just change to register, so in case it doesn't load. So it just, we haven't changed all this stuff, that's a bad thing. Yep. So I'll just change it to register form, it will be better. And I'll update this in here. Yep, so we just updated that, and let's say register. Okay, so we updated pretty much everything, so let's refresh. So let's say register, so let's say admin 8. The password we are going to enter is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, just remember that. And the admin 8, it's just already testing. Submit. So there is an error, so it says cannot read property of code of undefined in script.js17. so it says code of undefined, so there is no code written, so that's a good sign. So if we console log what are we getting here of data. Yeah, let me check. So we haven't got any data. That may be kind of an error possibly, so let's refresh. So let me check. The user has mostly, yeah, it just got entered here. We got a user register, so that's fine. We'll just use another one. So it's 99 now, and the password is the same as this earlier, and the email okay, it's sorry guys, I just fixed a little bit of UI here, so it doesn't mess around again. Okay, now it's time to insert the admin line. Okay, let's try to insert the thing and see what's the thing that's causing the error. So data already exists, it's giving me an error. Yeah, because we are entering the admin here wrongly. So let's try 9. Say now let's see what's the console log. It says status 200, and the code again it's fine. Now it's nothing. Status, just the status. Okay, so it should return something. So we haven't changed our API earlier. So see if you see the login here. So when the status is fine, like it's 200, I'm setting the response data here itself. So we have to set this kind of thing for the others too. Okay, so I'll just set it here. So I just forgot to set it for register, not just for the register, for anything I haven't set up. So it's just time to set these things up when this 200 has been set. It's the first thing to set the data. So yeah, so UID, so we get the UID. Yep, so here this, and the UID has a response. So I need to change this to $UID. My bad, actually. Fix the error, and now it should work. Admin 92 this time, and the password is the same old password, and the email this time is admin82. Let's try. See, you could see this success. That's how we debugged and fixed up. Okay, so that's it for now. So let's remove this stuff. Okay, so next time is the next step is actually to build the dashboard. Actually, the user is gonna see some kind of a button which says logout. So even if he presses or and try to log in or register, we need to make him redirect to other stuff. Okay, so that's kind of a redirection stuff. So first let me go to index.php here. Okay, so and I'll just start the PHP here. Okay, so I just want to do it before actually the HTML loads, so that's the reason I'm putting on the top. Okay, so now the user, I need to check if there is a session of the user, so I'll just create a session here. So it's I think it's required. Okay, session underscore start. Okay, it's going to start a session for the device that's been working for this device, and once the session has been started, now I have to make sure there is nothing called $session UID. Okay, session of UID. So I need to check this, right? So I'll put in if set. Okay, it's if is set. So now if there is something like a UID, I'll just redirect him to some other page. Okay, so this is where the redirection code will be. Okay, I'll not let him to load the registration or something like that. For example, I'll just say echo logged in. Okay, I'll just put that and I'll say die. So in PHP, if you type something like a die thing, it doesn't execute the command in the code below the thing. So once the PHP dies, it doesn't execute the HTML. So let me show you. So I just already logged in, I hope so. Yeah, session underscore start has ignoring in. Okay, this session has already been started. Okay, we started a session here, really. Oh yeah, it started the session here, so not a problem. Okay, just click refresh. So the user hasn't logged in. So if you click login, okay, so yeah, so it says there is nothing in the session. It's quite not good. Okay, let's okay, so maybe the session got died. Okay, let me just print underscore r of dollar session. Okay, just print it on here, and if I click refresh, it says an empty array because there is no session. Okay, that's good. So I'll just put it in the login, same code. I mean, just for now. I need to open the PHP and give it the code. Yeah. So it says logged in. Okay, so now let me go to the login and just try to log in. Okay, so if I click admin and the password, if you just remember, it's 456789, and I click login, it shows me success. If I refresh, now you could see, so it says login because I just logged in. So if I type again register, it says still the same thing. So I just comment this stuff. So we doesn't need to print the session anymore. That's not required for the user if you consider the UI. Okay, so this is the things. It says UID is 1 and the username is 1. Admin and the password I have saved, it is in MD5 encrypted, so that's not a problem. Okay, it says logged in. Okay, so whatever URL, so since the user has logged in, so he cannot go for the registration service or a login service. Only thing he could see is a dashboard. Okay, so let's create a small dashboard with a button in it. Okay, I'll just copy this and rename this to dashboard. Okay, so in the dashboard it contains a logout button. Okay, so let's assume a simple logout button that's going to hit the logout URI. Okay, say it's a dashboard. Okay, so just remove the form. Okay, let's hit the form for now. Okay, I'll just create a button. Okay, I'll just create a first an anchor tag. Okay, so and inside that I'll just put a button. So the button's value is gonna be logout. Okay, so if we click refresh, oops, okay, sorry. Okay, so if you click refresh, it's not doing because we haven't put the redirection here. So this is how I used to redirect. Okay guys, so I'll just say echo script. Okay, so there are multiple ways you could redirect, so I think this is the best way. Like I use the JavaScript to redirect my place, like position script and close. Yeah. So I want the window dot top dot location. Okay, so location to be, I'll just use single quotes, to be like /blog /API /v1 /logout. So it's dashboard. So we didn't. Okay, so let's refresh. Okay, we didn't log in there, right? Oh, okay, sorry, it's register. So we need to go for the login. So yeah, cancelled. Yeah, it's okay, sorry, my bad. I should only hit the dashboard, not actually the entire stuff. Okay, so I'll just put the same code in register, so it will redirect me. So yeah, you could see it's going to dashboard. Now it's throwing me 404 because we haven't set the route. So let's set a route, just gonna take us to the dashboard. Okay, so we click refresh. Okay, it's one more case we need to fill up. Yep. So it says logged in because the dashboard has the same code as the earlier. Okay, not just die. Okay, let's print the login stuff. Yeah, you could see now there is a button called login. Okay, that's fine. That's good actually. That's too good. So let's remove this. Fine. So now the logout. When I click logout, I need my uh, actual href2 be targeted to /blog / logout. Okay. So when user clicks on this button, it should be taking him to the logout page. Okay, so logout a kind of a URI. So when user hits that URI, it will directly hit the API. So I'll just put the direct API hit here, API / v1/logout. So let me just show you in the Postman. Yeah, in the Postman, if you go here, so he just hits the URI directly, and it's gonna make him logout. So I'll just hit the URI just like that, and now let's refresh and click on logout. So you could see there is data happening here. Okay, just got a data. So now if I go back to login, so you could see the form has opened. So now if I log in, it just as normal as it is earlier. So it's like password, and if I click login, oops, that's you could success. And if I click refresh, boom, and you could see the dashboard again. So before we wind up the video, I just wanted to show you guys. So I just created the admin dashboard. Okay, right now you could click on change password, and you could see, so this is the form where you could update your password, and you could see welcome admins. It says whoever has logged in, it's gonna say the details, and still I haven't figured out this logout, so we'll be updating in the next episode. So I'll just leave it like that. So this is the thing. So if an index, because we just hit the logout, when we come back it's not working, so we need to make sure that. So I just removed it so I could click in. So if I'll just say if not is set of session UID, then I'll just say die. So instead of die, I could also say redirect to other stuff. So this is the reason why I'm showing you this. Okay, so this time instead of checking for login, I'm checking for not logging in. Okay, so this is what the script does. Okay, I'll just go to login directly. So when there is nothing set for UID, this is what it does. So click refresh, you could see it just takes me to login. So even if I say it's a dashboard, okay, it types it, it's just gonna bring me to login. So if I log in, so you could see now login successful, you'll be redirected in 5 seconds at the bottom. So it's just redirecting me to the dashboard. So I cannot back to login, I cannot go back to the login, so until I click the logout button here. So right now you could see the details like stuff, and you could change the password. So that's the few things I've done offline. So if you want, you can go through the code. So this is not much complex, the whole thing just repeats again. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you could leave them in the comment section below, guys. I'll just brief you in the next coming episodes for those doubts. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching.